Cody Garbrandt has a big fight in mind. The UFC bantamweight champion might have his hands full with upcoming opponent and bitter rival TJ Dillashaw at UFC 217, but he also has someone else on his mind. Garbrandt took part in a UFC 217 media conference call audio via Submission Radio this week to promote the fight, and during the call, he mentioned that he would like to drop down to the 125-pound division to face longtime champion Demetrious Johnson after defeating Dillashaw. Article continues below. The champion added that there would not be any clear contenders for him to face if he remains at 135 pounds after UFC 217. If you recall, Garbrandt and Johnson have discussed in the past about a potential super fight between the two of them throughout 2017. Article continues below. However, the promotion has yet to book the fight. Johnson was adamant on fighting flyweight contenders. Thus, a fight between them didn't play out. Johnson finished Ray Borg at UFC 216 earlier month to break the UFC record for most title defenses. If for some reason a fight with Johnson doesn't happen immediately, fighting the winner of Dominic Cruz vs. Jimmy Rivera UFC 219 seems to make the most sense for Garbrandt should he come out on top versus Dillashaw. The UFC champion stated that could make 125 pounds by UFC 217 if he wanted to. With a knockout over TJ, I've wiped out the division, Garbrandt said. Transcript via Sherdog.com. There's a big gap between myself, then it goes Dominic Cruz, and TJ, and it falls off from there. I always like to have a fight ahead of myself, planned ahead. Obviously, I'm focusing on TJ, but Mighty Mouse is next at 125 pounds. Cruz is at the tail end of his career, Garbrandt said. Neither he nor Rivera are money fights for me, Garbrandt said. I'm going to go down and fight Mighty Mouse at 125. That's just a business move for me. UFC 217 is set to take place on Saturday, November 4th in New York at Madison Square Garden. The main card will air on pay-per-view at 10 p.m. ET, while the preliminary card will air on Fox Sports 1 at 8 p.m. ET and the promotion's streaming service, UFC Fight Pass, at 6:30 p.m. ET. Michael Bisping vs. Georges St. Pierre for the UFC middleweight title is expected to serve as the main event. Rounding out this stacked 5-bout main card is Joanna Jedrzejczyk vs. Rose Namajunas in a strawweight title bout, Stephen Thompson vs. Jorge Masvidal in a welterweight bout, and Joni Hendricks vs. Paulo Borrachina in a middleweight bout. Do you want to write for Give Mesport? Get started today by signing up and submitting an article here. http://gms.to write forms.